Good morning everybody and welcome to our assessment delivery on how to check the net contents on a can of Coke from its weight. Before we begin, the toilets are down the hall to the right, and in case of a fire or any other emergency, run out that back door to the assembly point by the kids' play swing. Now, at your time here at Coca-Cola, you'll be required to do can check weights 10 every hour to make sure the net contents are correct. Why we have to do that is because it is a legal obligation to make sure that it's filled up, give or take 3 millimeters by the advertised standard, which is 375 milliliters in this type of beverage container. So we have our QC paperwork in front of us, which guides us along on how to calculate these figures. I will walk you through, both of you through it, and I will do the first couple together with you both, and then you both will do the rest on your own until we do 10 cans to know that you are both adequately comfortable and experienced in performing these QC tasks. Okay, so as you see, we have can 1 and weight. So we have to find the weight of the can. So we take our can, we turn on our scales, and we weigh the can. As we see, that's 407 grams, 408 grams, sorry, so we write in 408. Now we take our calculators and we type in the figure, which is 408. Yep, very good. Now we minus it by the can body. Now as we see on our sheet, it says that the can body is 13.55 grams. So we press the minus button. Very good. And we type in 13.55. And then we press equals to get the figure. So 394.45, so we write that in. We just write it down underneath.
Sorry.
That's okay. Correct. We'll just put a decimal point there so we don't get too confused. In between the two fours. There we go.
Stop it, Verizon. Too much. Come on.
No. Yes, and now we minus the weight of the CO2. In all carbonated beverages, there is CO2, which itself is an atmospheric mass, so we need to take that out of the equation to find the liquid contents. So as we see on our sheet of paper, it says in a standard can of Coke there's 1.39 grams of CO2. So we minus our figure of 394.45 with 1.39. So we press the minus button. No, that's it. 1.39. Then equals 393.08. So I believe it's 6. So 393.06. So we write that down there. Okay, now we put that figure in. I will also put that figure in online as I am doing the first couple with you both. Now, we need to divide this figure by the liquid viscosity. Because there's sugar in the product, it means that the mass of the liquid is greater than the usual mass of water. If we were to dehydrate the liquid out of this, we'll be left with crystallized sugar. So we've got to take the weight of that out. Now in a standard can of Coke, there is 10.37 grams of sugar per 100 grams of liquid. How we calculate this is through its liquid viscosity. So as we see on our sheet, the liquid viscosity is rated as 1.03862 grams. So we take our figure of 393.06 and we divide, press the divide button, yes, by 1.03862 and press the equal button. Yep, that's correct. And we're left with our net contents of 378.44. So we write that down in the subtotal. So this one here, sir. .44. Excellent. Oh, we only need to do the first two decimal placings, so 44 is fine. Now, that's our first can done. I'll go through again with you both on the next can, and then I'll get you both to go through individually on each can. When we do the 10 cans, we will then add up the total of the net content figures and divide it by 10 so we can get an average total. So, we'll put this can over here, or over there if you don't mind, so we know that we've done it. We make sure our scales is on first, so it tars at 0, and then we see that is 409 grams. So for our next one, we put in 409. So on our calculators, we type 409. And then we minus the can body, which is the second one again, 13.55.
Same as that one.
Minus by 13.55, which is here on our sheet.
I've got to write it in.
Yes. But we don't write the figure from the last one. We do a new calculation because the weight is different.
Right, which one do we press now?
So minus,
That's minus, isn't it?
yes,
I'm just going to make sure. Minus what?
13.55, which is written here in the next step. Minus can body, 13.55.
That's really.
And then we press the equal button. So then we write down 395.49.
4550.
Oh, 5, sorry, I didn't see,
Oh,
I can't quite see the calculator figure correctly. Okay, now again, as it shows in the next step, we now minus 1.39 for the CO2 weight. So we press minus,
That's that one, isn't it?
1.39 equals, that's it, 394.0, I believe that says 6.
Yeah, 06. 3, 9, 4, 6.
Yeah, we'll just put decimal point between the 4 and the 0 so we don't get confused later on. Very good. Now we divide this figure again by the liquid viscosity, which is 1.03862, so divide. No, that one's the divide.
That one?
Yes.
So what was it?
1, well it's written here on your sheet, 1.03862.
Point 03862.
Equals,
No,
that's our figure, so 379.4.
so it's
41.
we're still doing can 1 or 2.
Can do.
Can 2. So we go here to the subtotal.
What about this one?
This one is just a blank space because it's just guiding you to divide by the number.
79.407.
0.4, just 4 will do because the second decimal
Four.
point is 0. Correct. So now we go on to can 3. Now Serena, I think your skills are enough to be able to carry on by yourself as I weigh each can,
Clear.
and we'll just give Stanley a little bit more intensive training.
Yes, heaps.
So our third can is 405. Very good. And so then we minus it by the can weight, which is, so type in the figure, 405 minus the can weight. Now you tell me what the can weight is based on the sheet. The minus can body.
405.
No, that's the can weight, sorry, minus the can body, which is,
This one here, 13.55.
very good,
13.55.
equals,
Which is that one?
correct. And now would you like to tell me what we need to do next? We write,
We gotta write it in.
correct, we write it in,
Right, 39.
1,
1.45.
and then next what do we do?
We gotta go minus the CO2.
That's correct, how much is the CO2?
1.39
Excellent, so minus,
minus.
correct,
Minus
1.39.
1.39
39 equals, so we write down that figure, 390.
39006.
Okay, then again, what's our next step?
Subtotal.
We need to do this one
We
here.
haven't done that in the first can yet.
Oh, that's our subtitle. We put the figure of that into the subtitle. So divide the viscosity by 1.03862.
So we're gonna divide it.
Yes, so divide 1, exit 1.03862. And that gives us our figure of, when we press the equals key, 375.55. Excellent.
So, and this is the third job we're doing, isn't it? Right, yeah.
Yes, so we put it here,
375.55.
5.
You're not rounding up to 5, 6?
No,
Okay.
So you don't want the 6.
no, just
No,
the
it's
5. Outstanding. Now, we turn on our weight scales again, as it times out after some time. Yep, very good. Now we put our fourth can on, and that comes to 400 and...
Oh, I go for
405, correct.
405.
So it'll be the same as the last one.
There's only two cans of difference.
Well, yes, it will come to the same as the last one, with the way this is giving solid
So we just write all
grams.
of it in.
Yes, you can do that since
Are
the
you sure though?
yes, the calculation will be exactly the same unless we use a more sensitive weight scale.
1.4, 3, 9, 0.06.
We'll just put the decimal point in between the zeros so you don't get confused when we write these down. These are legally binding documents, so they do have to be correct.
7.55.
Excellent. Now, we will do the fifth can. So once again, we will turn the scales on. And thankfully it said 405 again. So again, because of the lack of sensitivity on this weight scale, the figures will come up to the same calculation again. So you're fine to just copy from the last one. And we'll just put the decimal point between the two zeros so we don't get confused. Very good. Outstanding. Now, we'll go for can number 6, which is 407. So we'll put 407. Very good. Sorry, it's gone to 408. So we'll put 408 in.
Then we just copy the first one.
First one.
Now we can copy the first one because the calculation is going to come out exactly the same, again due to the lack of sensitivity of these scales. When we use the correct scale equipment though, it will give different decimal point readings most of the time. You can still get some but identical, which is due to the nature of how they're filled in the filler bowl. Okay, can number 7, which again has gone to 408. Excellent. And then can number 8 is 407. We'll write it down properly for this one. 407. So now we need to calculate. So 407 minus. You tell me what comes next. So we look at we put in our weight, and then the next step is to?
Yeah, 1, 3. 1, 3, 4, 5 equals
393.45.
3, 3.
Okay, and then what's the next step, Steve?
Oh well, we want to know the minus the CO2, don't we?
Mm-hmm. So we
So we're going to clear that.
no, we leave
So
that figure up, so we go minus
which is up again.
this one here.
Minus 1.39.
Correct.
1.39 equals
Equals
this one.
392.06.
39206.
So we put it here.
39206.
So then this figure, what's this stage here?
That's divide.
So we divide by that number, and we put it in our subtotal.
So
So divide. Nope. Yes. By.
Oh, we divide it by 1.03862 equals
And we write down in the subtotal.
377.48.
Correct. And we clear our calculator. So just clear your calculator.
Oh,
There'll be the red button.
that's right.
Okay, so the next one is 405. No, we don't put it there. We go to can 9, so just put 405.
Forgot about that. We had one the same day, so.
Yep, so the calculation will be the same. Very good. Now for the final one. Where did it come from? Oh, 92 Brisbane. 408. So we put 408. This is for the 10th can. Yeah.
And it's 3, 4, 4, and 3, 6, 3, 7, 8.
Yeah, we just do two decimal places, so the 4 4 is fine. Okay, now what we do is we need to get the average total of the can by the sum of the 10 cans net contents that we have just calculated. How we do this is, for the subtotal of each can, we add each one together until we get the final figure, which will be a big amount, around 38,000, and then we divide that by 10. So
I missed that.
What we will do now is find the average total of a can. How we do that is we will add up the total subtotals that we have put down. So subtotal for all cans, and then we'll divide it by 10 because there's 10 cans, and that will give us an average total can. This lets us know how we're going on average because there's 124 heads on the filler bowl, which means 124 cans of product is being filled at a time, so we need to know an average amount. So we'll get our calculator, and now we're going to add up each figure by the 2 decimal places. So that will be 378, all of them, 378.44.
So is that right?
Yep, 378.44. 8.44 plus, so we use the plus button, which is the big one, plus 379.4 Serena, you may go on ahead if you wish to.
And the next one, that one again?
The plus button.
That one.
No.
The big one.
Yep.
Plus 37.
37.
Oh shit. How do I get rid of that? I've got to get rid of 7.
Yep. So we'll press the A, and okay. Now we have to start again. That's just the nature of cheap old calculators. So, nope, you just put a decimal point in the wrong spot, and we got to start from number 1 again. So 378.44.
378. 3. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 3.
7 9.
7. 9.4.
Plus
3. 7.
Very good. Now we divide. So now we press equal. Sorry, press equal. No, equal that one. Excellent. Now we divide that figure. So we press divide. Divide. No, divide by 10 because it was 10 cans that we did. So by 10 equals. Correct. So you got 377.28. Very good. So in the average total, we can put 77.
Which one are you using? This one or that one?
Wrong hole. This one because this is the total. That was the subtotal. Now this is the total. So we put 377.28.
3, 4, 3.
377.28.
Where's 377? 3, 4, 3. So what did I mean to write?
Alright, that concludes. Is there anything you want to know? Any questions? No questions, good.